Hi, my name is Said Hubaibur Rahman, and the most complex project I have worked on is music blocks. So, what is music blocks basically? So, music blocks is a visual programming tool where we can like play the music and we can even perform calculation and coding with the help of blocks. We can drag block from the palette, and so this is called palette, and these are the blocks. And there are different blocks which you can combine, you can change the values, and you can play different kinds of music from it. And there are even, yeah, and even there are like graphics and pen using which you can draw something on the canvas, etc. And this project is used in various schools, and it is actually an open source project which I have worked on. And like I'm going to explain what I have worked on exactly in this. So this is used by various schools like across the world for teaching music to students, etc. It's similar to Scratch. So okay, so these are basically the blog post which I have written. Yep. Yeah. So the first thing which I worked on was path generation. So as you can see, all these bricks, each individual brick is an SVG, brick or block you can call it. This is an SVG. So we need to generate the SVG. So that is called like path generation. To generate, like there are three phases which I have worked on. The first one was compute dimension. We calculate the overall dimensions of the brick using like the other parameters such as labels, arguments, etc. So you might ask like what are labels? So labels are basically this the text here written start, set instrument, trumpet, etc. Yep. So like according to that, we compute the dimensions of the entire brick because it might differ from brick to brick, right? And by after computing the generation, we generate the outline points. Like there are four or like different points in each brick, so we calculate the different points. Just a second. Yeah, and after we calculate, then we convert those everything into vertices or a SVG path. Yeah, so basically that was it, and like yeah, so this is what like happens. This is just label as I mentioned, the text which can go in a brick, and this was the first this one, and these are the arguments like or value bricks you can call it which we attach like this decade, for example. So this was the initial generation which we did, like which the path file did, and these are like different extra things. So such as note and value you have here in the similar way, label and we call it actually the parameter label. And there are different kinds of bricks. So we generated all these kinds of bricks. Yeah, so that's it from the for the first blog. Then moving up to my next blog. So what we did next was this here first initially we had generated like only the basic brick design. We did not have any curves, anything. It was basically like this. Then the work which I worked on next was generating the notches. The points here, like this part is called notches. This part and just a second. Yeah, these parts are called notches where the bricks attach to each other. So that was the second thing I worked on. Yeah, so I implemented like the top notch, bottom notch, nested top notch. So this is called the nested top and nested bottom notch. And so this was the like initial design. So you can see multiple lines here. So what it is like for this we actually have like this is the actual size of the brick. The center line you can see over here and here. These are two different bricks, and the other thing is stroke width. One of the complex thing which I faced in this project was managing the stroke width. So what happens is half of the stroke width is before the border and half of the stroke width is after the border. So bricks don't actually collide, their stroke widths collide with each other. And in ensuring that like it collides like perfectly was actually a complex task which we achieved. Yep. So this was the work done later. And after this, so this is the next update. Yeah, in this, like there are bricks, like there can be different types of bricks. See, for example, if you see, like yeah, this brick is a fixed brick, like you can't change anything in this, for example. But there are bricks, for example, like this. You can change the number, color, digits, anything. So these are the fixed bricks, and these are the bricks which can take any input. So we have categorized these bricks into like brick view fixed and brick view input. So this is what I have done the next work. So brick view fig. We generated like all the different kinds of variation for brick fig bricks. So what I have done was like this is a variable brick expression simple and this is an extract simple brick like what we call it with notches. Yeah, I can show you the example over here. Just a second. Yeah, so these were the things which we worked on next. And after that, like, yeah, just I'll even show you the brick definition. Just a second. Brick, yep, yeah. So here we define like the different properties, like what it will have and etc. So yeah, so input bricks can have like a text box, number box, toggle, slider, select, and like the default blocks, they will have the default properties, and only like the label, graphic, or the variant will change in this. So variant is basically, I can show you just a second. Yep, yeah. Sorry, it was here actually. Yeah. So this is the variant. Like this, the label can be a variant or it can be a normal label text as it was, and it can even be like a graphics. So as you can see here, the image here. So these are the things. Next, we worked on like as I said, the brick view input. So here you can change the sizes of the brick, etc. So like, hey, just a second, why did it not change? Oh, okay, like it was then separately. Yeah. So here, this is the number box, and like this is the toggle which I worked on, and the slider, and even the value. Like you can select different options. So this is the value brick. Yeah, actually, this is the pre-release. This was actually released version. This is the version we are currently working on. It's not released still. Yeah, yeah. So that was the fourth week's plan. Brick view fixed and brick view like fourth week plan, and fifth week's plan was. These are my blog posts. So yeah, BrickView input which I worked on. Now recently I have like this like what I'm working on right now is basically a tower. Just a second. Let me show you the tower. Not here. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So tower, like what is tower? So basically, we have the separate bricks here. We generated the bricks separately, but like how does it calculate the dimension of each other and how does it position itself? So basically, for that, what we are using is we use a bottom-up approach for it. Like we start from the leaf node, we calculate all the dimensions of all the leaf nodes, such as 101, 102 we calculate, and all these we calculate at the same time. And after these parts are calculated we move on to their parents. Their parents' dimensions is calculated over here, here, and all. Or like, and it continues so on for like first it does horizontally. After it's finished doing it horizontally, we go for like vertical bricks. Not here, sorry. Yeah. So there are some bricks such as like nested bricks which can contain like bricks inside it. So what we do here is so if this is the nested brick, we follow the bottom up approach, but after horizontally doing it, we do it vertically. So we start from the statement 7, then we go to the like nesting statement 2, then statement 6, and after these three dimensions are calculated, the nesting statement 1's dimension is calculated. So like this was actually a bit complex task and we use different data structures and algorithms and schedule like the brick calculation, etc. in this. Yeah. But after that, still the position is not calculated over here. So how is the position calculated? For calculating the position, we actually use a top-down approach. Yeah, just a second, let me show you. Yeah, top-down approach, that is, we start from the topmost brick, then we go to the next brick, and like topmost brick start from 0, 0. The positioning will be 0, 0, and like according to the brick's dimension, the next brick is generated. Like already the brick dimension is calculated using the bottom-up approach, as I said. Now, using the top-down approach, all the bricks are generated just like first statement 1, 2, 3 till statement 5 will be generated. After this is done generating, we generate like these bricks, like horizontally. So we generate add 5, 101, 102, etc. Yeah. So these are the some things we did. Yeah. And the next thing I worked on, just a second, it's on different branch. This one. What was the branch name? I forgot it. CD 6.4. Yeah, my bad. I got a little nervous over there. Six, five. Yep. One of it is yeah. So this is the generation of a palette. Palette is like a list which we have, and we can drag the bricks from the palette. And here we were successfully able to render all the bricks we have generated in the palette. So basically, palette is like here how we have this is the newer version palette which we are working on. Yep. Now next step which like I'll have to work on is be able to drag the bricks from the palette to the workspace, and like we have planned for it. And for connection of the bricks, like we just have the bricks separately, and we have the logic of how the bricks will like how the bricks will connect and measure the dimension of each other. But to actually connect, like when we bring the bricks close to each other, how they connect, like it can connect to any brick, right? So how they connect, we use a special connection point called notches, and we use a quad tree. What quad tree does is basically it divides our entire screen into four parts, and like if in this quadrant only like one brick is present, then for example only if one brick is present, it directly attaches to this brick. If not, if more than one brick, like just let me show you my dogs for it. I guess it would be about that. It's called. Just a second. Yeah, so actually these are all the docs which we work on. Look, I guess this is the one I'm sure. Just let me check it. Yeah, so this is what I was telling about the quad tree. Is it recording? Yeah. So this is the quad tree. It divides your entire this one into four parts, and like so on. Like if you drag a brick over here, it directly connects to this brick. If like, but if we drag it over here, there are two different spots. So if you bring it here, it connects to this brick, or if you bring it here, it connects to this brick, like and so on. Like it keeps dividing the our screen into four parts, and we calculate the nearest brick and we attach it to the notch of the nearest brick. So yeah, that is it. Like we are still working on it. Like the I guess the video is already too long. If you want more information, I can provide it to you. Yeah, thank you.